Hey everyone, welcome back to my part 2 Warlock guide. This is going to cover levels 24 to 29. I broke this guide up as I wanted to introduce new abilities and new mechanics as they unlock, and to also make your skill points be used as most efficiently as possible. As you get new abilities at certain levels, you want to shift your skill points for those new abilities, and it kind of changes your playstyle. So this way I can tell you the most effective levels, how to use your skill points in those levels. So to start off, level 24 unlocks a new ability that greatly changes the Warlock playstyle, and this is Wing Call in the official translation. It's a terrible name and terrible translation. I don't care for it at all, but what are you going to do? But it is a 1-second cast, and it generates 3 charges that fire off 1 per second. If the target hits, you generate 3 demon orbs. So demon orbs we've had before, but you'd only generate 1 or 2, maybe 2 if you're lucky before a mob dies, so it wasn't really important. But now we have an ability that generates 3. It opens up a new playstyle, which is the mobile DPS playstyle. Before, we've been doing a turret standstill style, where you cast Imprisonment as the ticking channel and Dragon Call as a channel, so you couldn't really move much. But now with Wing Call, you're much more mobile if you use certain abilities and spec them in certain ways. So what it allows us to do is go down the right side of Dragon Call. As before, the Demon Orbs, if you use Dragon Call, every Demon Orb consumed when you cast it would reduce it by 1 second, which is pretty good. But if we go down the right side, we can use Dragon Helix, which is instant cast, instantly refreshed, but it uses 3 Demon Orbs. So you generate 3 per hit of Wing Call, and you get 3 hits. So you can potentially use 3 Dragon Helixes if all of them hit. The best thing is after the 1-second cast, so I'm going to show you real quick, the 1-second cast, you can move around while these are hitting. You can cast spells, you can do other things, so it greatly increases your DPS and your mobility. It makes you a lot less vulnerable, so you can backdash or do something else if you're being attacked while your ability is still going off. The cooldown is also really low, 18 seconds, which is nice. So every hit you get 3, then you can instantly cast Dragon Helix. I definitely recommend 1 point, as for each hit you can either cast Rupture or Mantra, which not only increases your DPS by a little bit, but also gives you 2 methods of regenning your focus, which is really nice. Obviously, if you're doing this side, or if you're doing Dragon Call, you'll want to put points all the way down. The other thing I recommend is doing the 3 points in Dimensional Bullet now, as this is pretty important. The first ability is pretty useless for right now, as this interacts with our level 30 ability, so you don't have to worry about it. I'll cover it in my next guide. This one increases ice damage or frost damage on instant cast, and the last one is really nice because it increases the base damage, it increases the damage on instant cast. If you crit, it refunds an additional focus. And it also doesn't generate threat, which is great in dungeons because you'll just be spamming this instant cast a lot, which is really nice. And the last one is while they're grabbed or phantom gripped, it also becomes instant cast instead of just when they're marked. Other points, I took away 1 from Rupture, as with the 1 talent in Wing Call, we can cast Rupture. I just put 2 points for the 6 focus regen. This is basically preference, because just with 1 point you can get 3, and because you can cast Mantra, that's an additional 3 instantly plus 5 over 5 seconds. So this is kind of overkill just for leveling, as with your little your Wing Call and Dragon Helix combo, most things die, and if not, the good thing about Dragon Helix is that it brands the target for 4 seconds, which we'll talk about in my next video, and it marks the target for 3 seconds, which mark gives you the instant cast bombardment, your right click, which is another terrible name in translation, but it gives this for 3 seconds, which is what we were using Rupture for previously. So these kind of overlap the same thing. So this is preference. You can change this point if you want. I might actually, because I do not have any focus problems. So you can play around with these two. Another big change is we're going to imprisonment. Imprisonment is a lot more powerful with the skill points into it, but because it's such a long cooldown, it's only used when you want to do a heavy combo. But you get some an additional focus every enemy that's hit in the field. This increases the damage if the target is branded, which again we'll talk about in the next video. It also reduces your level 30 ability by 6 seconds, which is not important at this level. This increases damage significantly, and it also increases the damage per each tick, which is really good. On a crit, it also creates 3 demon orbs, which is perfect for the Dragon Helix build, and still helps with the Dragon Call build if you want to do that. And the most important is the last one. On the last tick, it instantly refreshes Dragon Call and Wing Call. So that is a great way to put. After that, you basically have a free skill point, or 2 if you want to do, if you don't want these, at least 2 points here. I put mine in your backdash, as if you on resist, it refreshes Wing Call and Dragon Call, which is amazing. You can put a point here, which is your Warlocks don't have a tab escape, so their 2 key is their tab escape. So this creates, it adds additional status effects you can escape from. So at level 29, it's not as important, but you can definitely do that. So that's generally how I recommend doing the skill build. So let's go ahead and see this new turret style gameplay in action a little bit. So do the Wing Call Dragon Helix combo. I use my level 30 ability. I just hit 30 and it procs sometimes, so that's okay. So let's do the imprisonment. So it creates a huge burst gameplay, and you can see all kinds of stuff for flashing up. So I still have my 3 demon orbs here. I had the target was marked, so I could cast bombardment. I could instant cast my Dragon Helix. Wing Call is also instant cast and available for use. It was also refreshed, but it was off cooldown, so it doesn't really matter. But overall, that's the new gameplay style from 24 to 29. I'll have another video that's post 30 that will include the new leech ability, as branding and all that will come into effect, and it gives you yet another buff. So stay tuned for that. If you have any comments, questions, go ahead and send me a message or post them. Thanks for watching.